What's up, guys? We are talking about my top 3, that's right, my top 3 favorite new comic books from last week's New Comic Book Day, coming up right after this. What's up, comic book fans? My name is Bruce Moreau.
And I am Stephanie.
What's up, comic book fans? My name is Bruce Moreau, and welcome to the newly revamped comic book reviews. That's right, guys. We are splitting up my comic book reviews into 2 separate videos. This will ensure that I can get out these videos each and every week because I do have less time to produce YouTube content since COVID has come in and just totally changed my life, especially my day-to-day work life. So, with that said, the 2 videos that will be coming out each week are going to be my top favorite books from New Comic Book Day of last week and my least favorite books from New Comic Book Day of last week. Now, these videos will normally have probably 3 to 5 comics where I'm going to discuss, and I'll be able to go in a little bit more detail of what I enjoyed about these books and what I did not enjoy about these books. So hopefully there'll be a little more in-depth reviews, but also it will keep the overall length of my reviews down. It will be easier for me to edit and it'll easier for me to get out to you guys. Alright, guys, I think that's all the updates I have for you, especially how I'm going to handle my comic book review videos. So with all that said, I just have one question for you guys. Are you guys subscribed to the channel? No? Then make sure you get yourself subscribed. Hit that bell notification so that way you guys are notified when I upload new content to the channel, and also when I go live every single Friday with my much better half, Stephanie, on Comics and Beer. It's a great 1-hour live stream where we talk about beers, we talk about comic book news, and we normally give something away because we love you guys. You guys, the community, are the reason why we do this. And with all that said, let's jump into the first book that I loved from last week. Alright, guys, this first book up is probably an easy one for you guys to guess, especially if you guys know me at all. But the first book that I really enjoyed that I want to share my thoughts on to you guys is Batman number 95. This is written by James Tynion IV and art by Jorge Jimenez. And guys, the first thing we need to talk about in this book is Jorge Jimenez's artwork. It's absolutely impeccable. It's amazing. The amount of detail he puts into every single page is beyond. It's so beautiful. I personally think he is one of the best artists in the game right now, especially at drawing expressions. The amount of pain and agony or stress or emotion that he can put into every single character's face is hands down one of the best I have ever seen. Now, I have not been reading comic books for 60 years, so maybe there are other people out there that can do it better. But in my opinion, Jorge Jimenez is one of the best in the game. And the amount of detail he puts into every scene, the landscapes, the action, it's absolutely impeccable. I love it, but there is more to enjoy in this book. You're like, there is more than the artwork? Of course there is. But one of the things that I really enjoyed was seeing Alfred at the beginning of this book. He's only in it for 3 panels, but in the 3 pages that Bruce and Alfred are talking, you see the connection between Bruce and Alfred. You really sense it. You can feel the weight of that connection and what they mean to each other in this battle against the crime of Gotham, and what it actually means to Bruce now that he doesn't have this rock that was he was able to always go back and lean on, and that held him in place. That rock is gone now. It's absolutely gone, and Bruce has to feel defeated, completely defeated without it. He doesn't have to, I guess, but I'm sure that's a feeling that he misses, knowing that Alfred is back. They're always having his back, and that's completely gone. And the first 3 pages of the book completely set that tone for me, which was absolutely great. I loved seeing the old, because this is back in the past, obviously, because Alfred's dead, if you didn't know, spoiler. But we see an old Batmobile, and then we turn the page, and we see a badass, brand new Batmobile, a current Batmobile. So that was really cool. I also loved seeing what Punchline was doing to Lucius Fox, how she was slowly poisoning with the Joker venom so she could get information out of him. With the artwork in that scene is absolutely bonkers. Towards the end of the book is where it starts to lose steam for me. We get Batman, we get some really awesome cityscapes with Batman climbing this building, trying to get into this bunker that he's never been in before because he's been saving it for when Gotham City is fully healthy and it's revitalized. His vision is finally come true, and Punchline is already in there because I guess she stole all the knowledge from Lucius Fox. But how is she already there before Batman can be there? Is she tracking Batman somehow? How does she know that he can go there? And then how is she so quickly able to defeat Batman just with a little bit of gas? I mean, Batman has been gassed for how many years? And he hasn't built up some kind of tolerance to any of this stuff. All of a sudden, Punchline is just like, yep, here's my gas, here's my thing. Yep, you're taken down. We also see like this shiny suit. We don't know who built it. A lot of people are speculating that it's Alfred, and if it's Alfred, that'd be pretty cool. It's definitely a different look for Batman if he ends up coming to use his suit, but who knows? Because maybe he's all gassed up, he's not really seeing the suit. I don't know. But this scene kind of, I don't know, it soured the end of the book for me, only because I have been listening to a lot of people talk about Punchline on the internet, and I do have to agree with a lot of them, is that she has become overpowered. She's a new character, and a lot of people are excited about them, and a lot of people are using them throughout the Bat books, and she is just way too powerful, especially for just a sidekick of the Joker, or Joker's girlfriend. I don't know. I'm not really enjoying that character all that much myself, especially how quickly she's taken down, Harley Quinn, Batgirl, and now she's taking down Batman with like lickety split. I don't know. I think pretty sure Batman would hold his own a little bit longer in that book, but overall though, take away the few things I didn't like. I talked about a lot of really good things at the beginning of the book. The artwork, the story with Alfred, the amazing scene with Commissioner Bullock was just so good, and it's setting up a really good story. I do think it's going a little slow. I was hoping to see more with the Joker, what he's doing throughout the city, because he is buying out all the theaters. Why? Anyone got some hints? Let me know down in the comments below if you guys know what's going on with those theaters. But with all that said, let's jump into my next book. All right, guys, the next book that I'm going to discuss with you guys is a Marvel book. It was, I picked up a ton of Marvel books this week. There was a lot of Empire books up. I picked them all. I regret that greatly, but this was a shining star out of all the Marvel books, and that is Daredevil number 21. That's right, I forgot what number it was, but this book was incredible. This is written by Chip Zdarsky and art by Marco Checchetto, and just like the previous book, the art in this book is absolutely fantastic. It does a great job of setting each and every scene. He does a great job of showcasing the emotion, just like Jorge Jimenez. Jorge Jimenez, in my opinion, his artwork is a little more detailed, so it does a little bit better. But in this book, Marco Checchetto is doing such a fabulous job of selling this book. These action scenes are gorgeous. Everything is so great. So the art is top notch. Now let's talk about the story in this book. Yes, the art is fantastic, but Chip Zdarsky is doing such an incredible job of crafting a very complicated and detailed story that if you're not following all 20 issues before this, you are going to come in and be completely lost. But for me, I've read all 20 issues before this, and it is just such a masterpiece. There is so much going on, and each story you feel like you get a little bit that's going to move each part of the story along. It was just so good. I love what he's doing with the Strowman. I believe it's the Strowman twins. They're these super rich, high elite people who are kind of trying to manipulate the Kingpin, who is the mayor of New York, and is driving the Kingpin insane. The Strowmans basically came in and destroyed Hell Kitchen just to show the Kingpin what the kind of power that they have, and the Kingpin is trying to find a way to fight back. There's the whole Detective Cole storyline, which is absolutely awesome. He's a detective from Chicago that came down to New York City to try to do some good, and he thought he was doing good by trying to find and arrest Daredevil, but he's figuring it out that Daredevil is not the evil person that he is. There was the rise and fall of Daredevil as a person, and then it was Matt Murdock trying to figure out who he was. Did he still want to be Daredevil after he was injured and almost killed? And now he figures out that he wants to do it, but he wants to do it the right way. Foggy Nelson is such another great character in this book because he's trying to constantly help Daredevil, but Daredevil keeps getting in his own way. There is just so many great parts of this story that it's absolutely insane. The only part of the story that I didn't really enjoy is that Matt keeps on revealing his identity to people, and he just put that that genie back in the bottle. Because for a while, everyone knew who he was, and then of course something happened, and they put the genie back in the bottle, but he keeps revealing his face to everyone. It's like, what is going on? But this book is absolutely a must read in my opinion. Go find the trades before this and pick this book up, because it is so good. The art in this book, the story in this book are top notch in my opinion. Yeah, it's a must pick up. That's why it was one of my favorite reads of the week. Guys, let's jump into my last and final favorite read of the week. And yeah, let's wrap this video up. All right, guys, next up. This book was kind of on the edge of not making the cut, but after I reread it, I really enjoyed this book, and that is Justice League number 24. This is written by Ram V, and I'm sorry, I have to look at the name again for the artist. It is Amansi Nahuplin. Butchered that. I don't even know what that sounded like coming out of my mouth, but it will be up on screen so that way you guys can see it. Amansi's art was really beautiful. I really liked how she drew, or he or she, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, how she drew Wonder Woman, how she drew the upside down man. Overall, the art was just really nice to see. It was very consistent from front to back of the book, and you don't always see that. But what I really enjoyed about this book was seeing was the story by Ram V. Ram V has been writing this book with James Tynion IV for, I want to say like the last 6 or so issues, and this is Ram V's, I think, first book all by himself on the book, and he did a really good job because this team has been beat down. They are separated, they are not together right now, and it's showing Detective Chimp going around to each and every member and trying to find out where they're at, why they, and try to bring them back in. He wants to bring the team back together because he thinks apart they're not going to do anything, but bring them back together, they'll be able to go and defeat the Upside Down Man. They also, Ramby does a really good job of showcasing where each person is. Zatanna's kind of like in her own head. She really wants to resurrect her father after she found out that her father was still alive. He is just stuck in this other plane of existence. So she really wants to get to him, and she's doing anything she can to get to him. We find out that Swamp Thing has been resurrected just recently, and he's kind of not himself. And Man-Bat is doing some tests and figuring out why that is, and he found out why that is. I don't want to ruin it. You guys should be reading this book because it's absolutely such an awesome read. Constantine is out on his own again. He's not a full member on the team, but he did leave a little note for Detective Chimp. If you're a man down and you need me, here's how to find me. Yeah, and Wonder Woman, Ramby did a great job of bringing Wonder Woman, this is not Wonder Man, back into the fold. Her and Zatanna go down into the other world, I think it's the other world, or the Upside Down world, and they're going to try to save Zatanna's dad at the end. So it's a really cool story. It was written really well. I super enjoyed it. I definitely think you guys should consider picking up Justice League Dark because it is one of the best team books I think I've ever read. It is so good, guys. And those are all 3 books that I really enjoyed from the week. Those are my favorites. I do have an honorable mention that I do want to talk about just real quick. This is the free Comic Book Day Spider-Man book. There was 2 stories, one by Jed McKay and the other one by Donny Cates. The Donny Cates one was by with Venom, was about Venom, and it had art by Ryan Stegman. Those 2 together are absolutely incredible, and that was the part of the book I really enjoyed. There was a really cool scene with Virus in the book, which was absolutely awesome, and the artwork was just so good. But it's a short story. It takes a lot from issue number 25 to kind of lead up the story, and then yeah, we just get the first appearance of Virus, which was pretty cool. I've seen these books going for $10 to $15 online, even though it's a free Comic Book Day book. I didn't pay anything for it. Chuck, thank you very much. But yeah, it was a really cool story, but the first story with Black Cat and Spider-Man, totally not worth your time. But if you can find this and see the first appearance of Virus, that was a really cool story. It was and definitely seeing that tension again between the Avengers and Venom was really cool. But that's it, guys. Those are my 3 favorite pickups for the week, and guys, or for the week of 7/21 and 7/23. Stay tuned tomorrow for my least favorite books, and boy, there was a lot of those, but I'll only keep it to 5, maybe even 3. Maybe my the biggest stinkers from the week. But I don't know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you guys smash that like button. Leave a comment down below if you guys agree with me or if you disagree with me. I really appreciate all the comments that you guys leave down there. Yeah, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. Peace.